There is still religion practiced in the political left today, and I will prove it, so stick around. Contrary to popular belief, I think there is still devout, religious people on the left, politically, far left even. They practice and preach their religion daily. The only thing, it just looks a little bit different from traditional religions in the United States, namely Christianity, which has and always shall have a place in American values and policy. Real quick, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. If you're not already, hit that notification bell. It'll let you know next time I upload. Or it might not. Nobody knows at this point. We're really just kind of winging it. But anyways, if you haven't heard what happened, here's David Hogg. School shooter survivor. Is that his label? I'm not sure. In his profound wisdom, he tweeted out in response to the Trump administration. He says, "Don't let this administration address coronavirus like our national gun violence epidemic." Of course he would bring it around to that. F a national day of prayer. We need immediate comprehensive action. And if you can't see that, at the very top, Rashida Tlaib, Congresswoman of the United States, retweeted this. Now, let me be very clear real quick. I have a huge problem personally with this tweet. I have a huge problem. And if you want to see my response personally about it, you can head over to my page at Shameless Plug. Yeah, I know. Head over to the channel, The Word with Nick. It's a place where a community of people can celebrate and discover the Word of God, meaning the Bible. We believe that the Bible is the written, inspired Word of God. And we also believe in the power of prayer. So there's that. But anyways, Rashida Tlaib retweeted this nonsense. And I was just saying, I don't have a problem politically with David Hogg exercising his right to freedom of speech. And personally, on a side note, the people who are influenced by David Hogg, probably not the most free-thinking individuals. So I'll leave that be. But Rashida Tlaib, an elected representative, retweeting, basically endorsing a message that says F National Day of Prayer. And also, we should take away your guns. I have a huge problem with it. Because not only does it humiliate and completely disrespect millions and millions of Americans who still believe in the power of prayer, but it also goes against pretty much everything that Rashida Tlaib preaches about tolerance and acceptance. Lest you forget, I should remind you that Tlaib is the same congresswoman who had to storm out, quote unquote, of the State of the Union address when Supreme Court Justice was being praised, Brett Kavanaugh. Remember him? He's the guy who was accused of rape with absolutely zero evidence. But anyways, President Trump was saying he was having some successes, and that sent her over her tipping point. She had to storm out. Talk about acceptance, huh? But anyways, at the beginning of this video, I mentioned that the left are, in fact, religious. And I believe that I can prove that. First and foremost, if you do not believe me on this, just watch any show on Netflix that's geared toward young adults. Watch it for 10, 15 minutes. I guarantee you will hear political talking points on gun violence, on immigration, on Christianity and how it's bad and evil and not tolerating. We need to accept people. Yeah, except for Christians, right? The left practice the religion of, get this, their religion they practice is social justice. What I believe they've done since they've pushed a Christian view of God out of everything, they have a spiritual void in their hearts and in their souls. I really do believe this. They have a spiritual emptiness. So what do? They morph their political views with their sense of spirituality, and you get this hyperactive practice of social justice. Just look at the way advocates for global warming behave. Seriously. They're off their hinges. They have gone over the deep end. Why? Because they filled their spirituality with their political beliefs and they practice it religiously. Just look at the way advocates for gun violence behave. I'm talking about you, David Hogg. How dare you exploit the thousands of people that are dying to coronavirus and use it as a way to promote gun confiscations? It's ridiculous. A couple of things I've noticed about the self-prescribed tolerant left. They're not so tolerant. In fact, I would even say they are selfish. This tweet from David Hogg, really, it's a full kind of circle of life moment for him because he got famous for what? What did he get famous for? He survived a school shooting. And because of his political beliefs and how left-leaning they are, he got paraded around like some kind of show animal. And now he has the blue check mark on Twitter, and people seem to think that he has an authority on things. But now, David Hogg is the one exploiting people who are dying and infected with coronavirus, and he's saying, hey, gun violence. Seriously? How selfish. Now, once Rashida Tlaib was called out for tweeting, or rather retweeting David Hogg's nonsense, she throws out the typical leftist non-apology. Right? What does the first tweet say that she tweeted out? It says, F National Day of Prayer. F prayer. And what does she say after? Let me be clear, as someone who's been praying through this all. My retweet was not an attack on prayer. Yes, it absolutely was. And because it absolutely was, you need to absolutely apologize. You need to come out and say, hey, I'm sorry. I am sorry. We are in the middle of a crisis. We're in the middle of a pandemic. I approved something that should not have been approved. I said something that should not have been said. I'm sorry. I actually pray and have been praying. But since she didn't say that, we know that she doesn't actually pray. You don't get to say F prayer and then claim that you've been praying. That's not how it works. I will leave you with these words from Brandon Morse over at redstate.com. Check out his article. It's a good one. A little snippet. He says, "It's one thing for a lawmaker," he's talking about Tlaib, "to wish for action other than prayer." And I agree with that. But here's where it kind of gets a little edgy. It's another to insult millions of Americans who do pray and believe the action to be effective. Ouch. That must burn. With a complete curse-laden dismissal of the action. Tlaib has proven herself to be an elected official completely dismissive of American traditions. I couldn't agree more with that statement. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And seriously, let's start holding these people accountable for what they say. Hey there, viewer. Good to see that you stuck around to the end of the video. Actually, I tell you what, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but you might as well continue down this rabbit hole by watching one of these videos. Yeah, go ahead, watch them.